punishing compromise, as the yield will be much lower. Moonlai must try and survive on less rice than normal years. But the village will at least have rice. Famine, however, is not the only threat the rats bring to the hills.
There's a lot of anecdotal information coming out of the hill tribe communities that disease is increasing during this rat flood period. Again, we don't know exactly what are the causes of that, but it seems fairly coincidental that we have a higher rat population and an increase in human cases.
The species responsible for these swarms is Rattus rattus, the black rat, known to be a carrier of at least 60 different diseases.
Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, Lassa fever is a very serious disease, typhus, murine typhus, scrub typhus, leptospirosis, sometimes that's called vial syndrome. Then you think of all the dysenteric, gastroenteric type diseases like Salmonella, E. coli, things which are general contaminants in the environment. Rats can pick those up and spread them.
There is one disease Steve is especially concerned about.
The most famous disease carried by rats is the bubonic plague, and this everyone will know as the Black Death, which swept through Europe in the Middle Ages. You know, it's coughing out blood and people then inhaling it, leading to pneumonic plague, and people dying very quickly from that. I'm concerned during these rat floods happening here in Bangladesh that plague could come from another country nearby, such as Burma, where we know there are plague cases on an annual basis, and the rat flood's also happening there, so I think maybe there is a danger that plague could come into Bangladesh.
The stakes could not be higher in the race to locate the rats. The ominous signs of a swarm are falling into place.
How far can we get?
The scientists just need to be in the right place at the right time.
More time, he's got to get out to the field.
But time is running out. Every 50 years, in eastern Bangladesh, the behavior of the wild rats changes. Their numbers grow, and they begin to swarm with catastrophic results. Dr. Steve Belmain has traveled to Bangladesh in an attempt to understand this chilling phenomenon.
But it sounds incredible. It's like science fiction or something, Attack of the Killer Rats in a sense. But I mean, so far there's just so much evidence from the communities. We've seen a few photos, not great photos, but there is enough evidence to think that this is happening. We know they run out of food. Someone's eating the food, and it's not the people, so it has to be the rats.
Severe rat damage has been reported near 2 villages in the area, and Steve has dispatched scouts to assess the situation. The 2 researchers who headed upriver have yet to be heard from, but student Nikhil Chakma has returned.
Yeah, it looks bad. There's a lot of rice damage. Rats are chewing away. They are, cutting the rice off and it's all scattered all over the ground. Looks like really bad rat damage.
The families of Galanga have lost some rice, but they have not had a swarm. To witness one, Steve must search elsewhere. So far, his only clue as to what causes the rat's behavior to change is the fact it happens roughly every 50 years. The most abundant variety of bamboo growing in the hill tracts, the Melicana bamboo, has a similar cycle. Every 49 years, the bamboo plants flower, seed, then die. Locals call this time Mautam, meaning bamboo death. Steve is convinced the swarms are linked to this phenomenon.
This is where the whole thing starts. The bamboo here is what drives this whole rat swarm issue. Okay. What's happening is the bamboo is dying now. A few months back, the bamboo flowered, so you can see some of the dead flowers here, and those flowers then produce seed. And if we're lucky, we'll see some bamboo seeds down here.
These massive seeds are both nutritious and plentiful, and the rats find them irresistible. They gorge on the bamboo seed and begin to multiply.
So this is what the rats are eating, and here you can actually see some of the gnawing away. And so the rat population is growing, they're eating, they're breeding, they're eating, they're breeding.
For months, the seeds sustain the rats, encouraging their breeding. But come the day when the bamboo stops seeding, hundreds of thousands of rats are left with nothing to eat. They must look elsewhere for food. So they leave the forests and head for the villages. Far from the security of the town, the scientists have set traps in a dying Melicana bamboo forest.
Yeah, it looks like the bait's all gone. This one doesn't have anything in it, and that in itself tells us something, and I'm thinking that's really because there's a lot of food out in the environment, so these aren't very attractive to the rats.
So hundreds of traps have been carefully positioned, each one freshly baited with a tasty piece of banana.
Ah, we got something here. Hey, we got something here. Yeah. That's right.
And rats love banana.
That's a ratus ratus, isn't it? And it's a female, and it's almost certainly pregnant.
Catching a pregnant rat is the best result Steve could have hoped for.
Yeah. Now we have to get this back and check for sure, but this female can tell us quite a lot about the whole story here.
With luck, this catch will tell him whether the rats have entered a remarkable breeding state that precedes a swarm.
One of the things that is unusual in the rat family compared to, say, ourselves or other mammals is that they can mate again as soon as the female has given birth. Under the right ideal conditions of food abundance, we're talking another litter of 10, 12 babies every 20, 25 days. And so they are baby factories.
If the rats here are breeding at this rate, then Steve knows that numbers are indeed climbing to swarm levels.
Interestingly, it seems to be lactating as well.
Yeah.
You can see the nipples here, and there's no hair.
Yeah.
Now we can open it up and look at all the wonderful things inside here. This is the uterus, and you can see these are all embryos.
For PhD student Nikhil, it is a chance to learn how to read the telltale information hidden within a female rat.
Normally you'd only expect maybe 2 or 3 embryos in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 embryos, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this particular species of animal. So this animal is in prime